Just a short while ago, I embarked on a trading journey where I attempt to take a $30 account all the way to $100,000, and the results have been mind-blowing. We are still on a journey, and in today's video I want to show you guys some of the results that I've been getting. I want to show you guys my results from Monday all the way to Friday, where I go into the markets and open the charts and show you guys what am I looking for, how do I take these trades when I'm hunting for them, how do I manage these trades all the way to take profit. Everything in today's video. What I need you to do is watch the full video, because I don't want you guys to just see how much I made. I want you guys to know how you can make the same for yourself. I want you guys to know how you can replicate this into your own small trading accounts, because in this channel I talk to the broke hustlers. In this channel I talk to the traders who are starting from nothing. And by the way, if you don't have two nickels to rub together, if you don't have anything to your name, down below this video I'm gonna leave a $30 free trading account that you're gonna get from XM. Now XM is such a reputable broker, guys. You can Google them yourself, but if you use the link down below, you're gonna get a free $30 that you can use to play around in the markets. And if you watch this full video, if you really understand what I'm looking for when I'm taking these trades, you can be able to grow your own $30 account, because that's what I did. And we are still on a journey of making this $30 $100,000. So if that kind of stuff excites you, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. But without wasting any time, let's jump into my weekly trades. As you guys know, I trade these 4 pairs here. Well, not 4 pairs, because I don't trade the DXY. I just use it to weigh the strength of these other 3 pairs here: Euro, Pound, and New Zealand. So the first thing that I do when I get into the charts in the morning, if you guys don't know, I want to know where we are. Well, today it's a Monday. Let's just check the dates. Today is the 15th. It's a Monday, and it's 6 minutes past 7. But the first thing that I do when I get into the charts, I go to my DXY and I mark my high and my low, and I want to know where are we at the moment. When you look at that, we kind of had a triple bottom, then we shot to the upside, and then we violated this highs here. Let's just switch back to 4 hours. So the market has been pushing to the upside, no doubt about that, and we're gonna be pushing to the upside until what's the next level that can give us problems? Well, where we are currently, it looks like a bit of a critical zone. As you can see, the market is reacting from that. So let's work with this for now, and should we break that, and then we're gonna come back to this level here. But just to keep it clean, let's just work with that, because if you guys remember, I'm a day trader. I take trades on a daily basis, so looking at the weekly chart is not gonna help me with anything. I need to zone in and see what's happening today, or what is more likely to happen today. Now this is a very interesting one, because we are on an uptrend, but we've already stretched a lot. If we look at this leg here, push, exhaustion, and this push here, and what is more likely to follow? If you said exhaustion, then you are right. So we are trading pure price action here, and exhaustion is more likely to follow before we can break through this level, before we can do something like that, right? Before we can continue, retest, and continue to the upside. We're still gonna have some nice moves to the downside from where it is. I expect the dollar to shoot to the downside, and if you guys know me, if I expect the dollar to go down, then I expect these 3 to go up. These were just last week's trades, and if you didn't watch last week's video, I just posted it yesterday. Make sure you watch that video right there. But same thing here, man. We go to weekly. Well, remember, I already have my bias here, because I'm looking to buy this today since the dollar is falling, right? So I'm looking to buy this, and as you can see, we've been pushing to the upside, and last week we've been getting a retest. The market was falling last week. Let's just get our high and our low and get the fuck out of here, so we can just zoom lower and just understand what is really happening. So there we go. We have our low, we have our high, then we move back to 4 hours, right? Get into our 4 hours, and we just want to see what is happening. As you can see, the market has been falling. We caught some nice trades last week, guys. Let's see if we can repeat the process today. It's Monday, so we're starting this thing early today, because last week we started on the 11th, which was a Thursday, so we only had 2 days of action. So today I thought I should take you guys with me, you know, just so I can show you how my whole week is structured, or how I plan for my week now. We didn't get a quite touch there because that is the area where I'm expecting the market to then bounce to the upside, but we are getting some kind of a U shape, meaning the market is reversing now. So I'm expecting to buy the market at least back to these levels here, especially because the dollar is getting weaker, right? Or we are expecting the dollar to be weaker. So for that reason, I am going to be buying Euro USD, and you can use your own strategies, guys, to take these trades. I'm just showing you guys, or just giving you guys my biased what I'm going to be doing today. So this looks like a nice entry, you know, back to the upside, and we're going back to those levels there, but I'll be content with a 1 2 3. I'll also be very careful when the market gets to this zone here, but yeah, that will kind of be my trade for the day on Euro USD. Let's go to GBP USD, because you guys know that once I buy Euro USD, then I'm definitely buying GBP USD also. Let's go back to the weekly just to get the sense of what was happening. And as we can see, last week we were retesting. We caught some nice trades last week. As you can see, we had a trade here as well. But yeah, so same process here. I'm gonna mark my high, right, and I'm gonna mark my low just to gauge the market and see where we are. So this is our room, this is our low, and this is our high, and then we move back to we'll move down to 4 hours, right? And we want to understand what is happening. So as we can see, the market was pushing to the upside, but then all of a sudden we started retracing, and as you saw on a weekly time frame, this was the candle the whole of last week. This was what was happening last week, right? So we are at a very critical level, which makes more sense for us to buy this baby here, right? Because we are buying the Euro USD. And guys, just make sure you use your own strategies. Maybe we can get it. Yeah, 1 to 2 is really fine actually with me. I do take 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 max, maybe 1 to 4 sometimes, but 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 are my favorite risk to reward ratio. So I do expect the market to react once it gets to that level there. So for that reason, I do expect to take my trades once we get to that level there, because remember guys, we are just buying for a short period of time, because as day traders we must hunt for our trades on a daily basis, right? So I do expect the market to go hit there before we can start rallying to the downside and continuing with the current trend that the market is trying to form right now, right? But at the moment, I do expect the market to go back to hit there. So I'm expecting to buy GBP USD. And if you guys know me, if I'm expecting to do that, then I'm expecting to do the same on our friend here, New Zealand dollar USD. Let's just go back to weekly. We caught nice trades last week, guys. Make sure you watch that video. But going back to the weekly chart, and we want to do the same, right? We want to see where we are at the moment. Low and our high. And move back to 4 hours, and there we go. What is happening? We have some bit of reaction happening there, right? That's what the market was reacting to. And then we have another so we're just going to consider this one simply because this is the most recent low, so we're going to consider that one. And yeah, the market is kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you. I do expect the market to still shoot down to the downside. So since this is a counter trending, I don't feel comfortable taking all 3 trades, because looking at the New Zealand dollar, it's still really bearish. But we're already late. I'm already late for this one. Look at how far it has gone already. Had I caught it here, it would have been a beautiful trade. But nonetheless, I am open on 2 trades. So I did take Euro USD and GBP USD. So we'll just kind of let this one be a lesson or just a loss for the day. Not a loss actually, just a trade that we didn't take, because this thing can easily shoot back to the downside. But I do expect it to go retest there before we can start pushing to the downside. But we're gonna see how that one goes. But anyway, we are on a trade on GBP USD, expecting to push up for a short period of time. Euro USD, expecting it to push up for a very short period of time. I'm gonna make sure I manage my risk really tight here, guys. Just move my stop losses really tight, because it is counter trending. The overall trend of the market is pushing to the downside, so I need to be in line with that trend. But since I see opportunities here, I'm going to be taking those. But however, I'm going to be really strict with my stop losses. So immediately we move a couple of pips up, I'm going to come back to update you guys, move my stop loss to break even, and then see what's going to happen throughout the day. Maybe we can continue getting some more trades during the day, but we'll see how the day goes. But I'm really convinced, because the DXY is really getting geared up to move to the downside. But that is it, guys. It's still early in the morning. It's 7:20 right now. I think it's time for my coffee. What's going on, traders? We are back with an update, and as usual, it's 7 a.m. this morning. I just set on my charts, and I just want to give you guys an update for yesterday. If you still remember, okay, let's just go to the dollar. If you still remember, we're expecting the dollar to retest, but as you guys know, I do not trade the dollar because it's a bit heavy for me. But we did take two trades. We did take Euro USD, and it does look like the retracement in terms of the dollar is over. I have to look out for this section here, that zone here. I do think that the market is going to react when it gets there, but nonetheless, we did take some profits just to be safe. I just want to break even on my Euro USD trade here, and if you are on this trade, just make sure you lock some profits in, because nobody knows what's going to happen. Moving on to GBP USD, this one was such a good trade. We did hit take profit there, well, depending on where your take profits was, but I did hit TP on that one, so we're happy with the GBP USD. I didn't get to give you guys an update yesterday because, you know, we got electricity issues. But moving on to New Zealand dollar USD, we were expecting New Zealand dollar to retrace to that zone there. It looks like the retrace is over. If you did take the New Zealand dollar USD, congratulations. I didn't take this one because I was already over leveraged with the Euro USD and GBP USD. But yeah, that is the update for today. Looking throughout the day, I am okay, we'll see what happens. I am not looking to take any trades right now. I just want to see how the dollar is going to react on that zone there. But otherwise, traders, that is an update for our Euro USD. It's the 16th today, if you check the date here, because I do want to do this series live. I've been getting a nice feedback from you guys, so I'll just keep doing this trading live on a daily basis. But yeah, it is Afonso with Afonso Analysis. Make sure you manage your risk properly, and I'll be back during the day with an update. Traders, welcome back to an update of today's video. It's a Tuesday the 16th, 25 minutes to 9, as you can see there, and we are still following the market. If you remember, this morning we did expect the market. I did say that the dollar, it might be done retracing for the day, because remember, this was just a short-term move as we discussed on the last week's video. And if you didn't watch that video, I'm gonna leave a link down below. We traded live for the whole week last week because, man, I do want to do this thing live. I want to show a young trader 5 years from now, starting from nothing, that this thing is really possible. But nonetheless, we are still following the market, man. The dollar is pushing to the upside, and it is indeed reacting on that level there, which is expected, to be honest with you. So you guys know that I'm still growing a small account. I do not trade the DXY, but it does tell me a lot about these other currencies here. For example, looking at the Euro USD, I mentioned this morning that if you are on this trade, if you are still on this trade, just move your stop loss to break even, because you don't want to tempt the market here, you know, because you don't know what the market will do. And since the dollar was done retesting, I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer that we might come back at least to hit our stop loss on break evens there. So if you didn't take profits earlier in the morning, like I said on this trades, then, you know, it is what it is. You didn't lose any money, so just suck it up. And today we continue looking for more trades. So I'm just going to cancel that because we did hit our stop loss at break even if you didn't close the trade. But nonetheless, Euro USD looks like it is done retesting. I'm not really convinced if we're still going to push to the upside, but you know, it is what it is, man. Nobody knows what the market is going to do. We are simply here to follow the market and do exactly what the market does. So if it pushes to the upside, if we get any evidence that, okay, the dollar is still losing some strength and is still pushing to the downside, maybe to these double bottoms here, then of course, by all means, I will be looking to, you know, still buy slide back to the upside. But as usual, I am trading live, so I'll update you guys. That's the story about the Euro USD. GBP USD, if you remember this morning, I did say that if you're still on this trade, man, just close it, because if you didn't hit take profit, and as you can see, just after hitting take profit, I mean, this is as close to magic as it will ever get, right? Just after hitting my take profit, this thing started rallying to the downside, and I did mention this in the morning. I'll make this a full video so you guys can see, you know, because we are trading this thing live. But yeah, it is what it is, man. The market is approaching a critical level, so I might, you know, the market might bounce from there and continue pushing to the upside, and if that happens, then by all means, of course, I will still be targeting these levels here as my first target, and of course targeting the next zone as my next target. But we will see how it goes. We did smash take profit there, and smash the like button if you're still watching this video, because man, this is a real value. There's no need for you to still be on that trade, man. I did explain that you should be out of that trade. If anything, if you were trailing your stops, if you were that greedy, man, maybe you should have taken at least 50%, of which I don't know why you would do that. But you know, people's strategies are different, people trade differently, people see the markets differently. Moving on to New Zealand dollar USD. You guys know that if I expect the dollar to be pushing up, and then I do expect all of this to be going to the downside. If you remember, our trade was around that zone there, stop loss below structure, and then we were targeting that zone there. Now if you remember, I didn't take this one because I was over leveraged already with the Euro USD and the GBP USD. But if you did take that trade, that's what your trade would look like. Traders, good morning. It's a Wednesday today. It's just the following day. It's the third day of the week since we started this trading series. This is the second trading series. We made one last week, and I'm gonna keep making this because I am really getting a nice feedback from you guys. But nonetheless, it is the 17th today. It's pretty early. It's just, you know, 17 minutes past 5. Now I always say the nice thing about being a price action trader is the ability to read the market at its current state, right? If you remember yesterday, we were discussing the possibility of the market pushing down at least to these double bottoms here before we can then see the market rallying to the upside, right? Obviously we didn't make it to that level there, so we can cancel that because now we've got new information. It's still pretty early, but that's such an aggressive bullish candle to the upside, and it does tell me that the market is then ready to continue with that bullish move, at least break this zone here, that 102,800. But I do anticipate to even come back to 103 around that level there. But nonetheless, it's still pretty early. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna be hunting for these trades together. So whatever I expect the dollar to do, I expect these three pairs here to do the exact opposite. Now when I'm going into Euro USD, GBP USD, and New Zealand dollar USD, I'm only looking for sales. Let's go to Euro USD. Okay, so I'm only looking for sales, right? But this is a very interesting one here, because the last time the market was there, it reacted, right? And now we are approaching that level there, an area that's going to give me problems should the market fail to break and then bounce to the upside, right? So I'm looking for sales, but I will only be looking for sales once the market breaks that level there and then come back to retest it. So on the retest, either you can take your double tops if you trade double tops and then sell it to the downside, or you can wait for that break of the double top, wait for the retest and then sell it to the downside. Now however you trade your strategy, one thing for sure, we're going to be selling the market, but we won't be selling the market until the market breaks that level there, because it can easily reject that level and push to the upside. We don't want that. We never want to be first in the market. We want to let the market does what the market does first, and then confirm to us that okay, I have broken that level, and then we can start executing our trades from this zone here. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I'm gonna hold off on Euro USD. I'm not gonna take any trade today until the market break, and then I'll be looking to take some sells when it comes back for the retest. That is the story with the Euro USD. Let us move on to GBP USD. Now this is gonna be the same, because look at this week here. it's really too close to home. So if I sell now here, what's to stop the market from reacting here and then pushing to the upside? Nothing at all, because it did the same the last time it was here. So for that reason, I'm gonna let the market push, right? I'm going to let the market push, or at least retest a bit back to these levels here. Then I can execute a sell and then back to these levels here. But for now, I'm not looking to take any trade on GU as well until the market close below around this level here, and then we can get maybe something like, you know, a bit of a retest and then sell it back to the downside. Now this is very important in terms of risk to reward, because I have to at least break even before I can get here on the next zone where I'm gonna find a problem. Now if we didn't have that wick there, let's say if all we had was that zone there, and then I was gonna be more than happy to jump into the trade immediately and, you know, just benefit to this trade to the downside. But for that reason, I'm gonna wait for this either to retrace a bit so my risk to reward can make sense, or break at least around this week here, and then, you know, do a bit of a retest like that. Then I'll be even more than happy to take the trade back to the downside. But for now, I'm gonna hold off on Euro USD and I'm gonna hold off on GU. I'm not sure if we're gonna get any trades today, but let's just move on to New Zealand dollar USD. The last time, remember, we were expecting the market to come back here before it can start pushing to the downside. Let's just remove that. Now we did get a push there, and then we got a bit of a rally to the downside. But what concerns me is that week there, because we did come back to these lows before and we failed. The market pushed up, we came back again, and it looks like we are pushing up again. So for that reason, I am not sure if I want to sell the New Zealand dollar USD. Let me not say that I am not gonna sell New Zealand dollar USD yet, because then what stops the New Zealand to go back to that zone there? Let's just move into 1 hour just to see, zoom in closer and see what's what. Yeah, exactly, the market did a double top there, but then what's to stop the market to go back there to give us a triple top, since it's failing to break around this level here? Because if that was the initial retest, then we could have gotten that rally to the downside back to these levels here at least. So what the market is doing right now, it's not convincing me that it has enough momentum to then push to the downside from where it is. What's more likely to happen is the market is going to push to the upside, go give us that triple top at least, before we can then start seeing the market, you know, rallying back to these levels here. But that's going to be interesting to see on the New Zealand dollar USD. So it is a Wednesday today. I am not looking to take any trades today until the market give me a clear direction of what the market wants to do. But I am sell biased. It's just that for now there's still a bit room for the New Zealand dollar to go a bit up before we can start pushing to the downside. Maybe tomorrow we're going to start seeing some action in these markets here. Tomorrow morning I'll be back to update you guys. But for today, I'm working on some fire content for you guys, and smash the like button and follow me on all my social medias at Afonso Analysis. At Instagram, you can call me Afonsinho. Good morning, traders. We are back. As usual, it is 7:20 this morning, and I am looking to take some trades with you. Well, I'm not sure if I'm looking to take some trades, but we are about to analyze the market here. It is day 4 of this series today. If you haven't watched last week's video, make sure you click the link down below. So I do expect the dollar to push to the upside. The next place that I'm going to be concerned with once it gets there, it's the level that I just marked there, 103.323. so if you're going to be buying the DXY, and then that's a level, that's your first level that you should be worried about. If you guys know by now, I do not trade the DXY because it is a bit heavy for me. I'm still growing a small account, but it does tell me a lot about these other 3 currencies paired against the dollar. So you guys know that if I'm buying the dollar, then I'm definitely selling these 3 here. So I'll be going into Euro USD with a sell biased, and as you can see, this thing has been pushing to the downside. I'm not sure if I'm late in terms of the entry, because that's the latest 4-hour candle. Let's just move in closer to get an entry. switching on to 1 hour. What a beautiful double top. This is definitely pushing to the downside. So for that reason, I am looking to sell Euro USD. My trade will look something like that. I am waiting for a bit of a retracement though, because I don't like how far my stop loss is going to be. So we might get a retracement to that zone there. If I don't get a retracement, then that means I won't be triggered to the trade, and you know, it is what it is. But that is my bias with Euro USD. My trade is going to look something like that. Stop loss above structure, targeting a 1-2. Well, the first place that I'm going to be worried about is that wick down there. That's an enough zone for me to put my stop loss to break even and just run a free risk trade. Let's just see, going back. Oh, haven't been in those zones for a long time, so it might push down to this zone here, but we don't want to be greedy. I will just take a 1-2 targeting that zone there. Let's see if we can get a 1-2. Okay, about 1 to 8, we're gonna target 1-2, maybe tighten our stop loss, but you can easily get a 1-2 today on a Euro USD around that zone there. Moving on to GBP USD, same story really, because you guys know that by now that whatever the Euro USD is doing, then the GBP USD might be doing the same thing. So for that reason, I will be going into GBP USD looking for sells. Initially, we were expecting the market to come and bounce around that zone there before we can push to the downside, and it looks like it has shifted the momentum. It is going to the downside. Yeah, that's the first level that we're going to be concerned with when it comes to GBP USD, but the targets are around this zone here. Let me just put a trading view sell there so you guys can see. Stop loss above structure, 1-2. I'm not sure if we're going to get 1-2 there, but yeah, something like that. Well, it will depend on your strategy. Obviously, I'm not taking the trade now. I'm not sure if I'll be back with an update just in case this thing happens during load shedding, but it is a beautiful break and retest, and yeah, it is going to the downside. Just stay tuned for that one, guys. Maybe you'll be looking to take some double tops or however you trade, but based on market structure, GBP USD looks like it's pushing to the downside as well, and that makes sense because Euro USD is pushing to the downside. And if you guys know me by now, how I trade, New Zealand dollar USD will also be doing the same thing, or I will be expecting the New Zealand dollar to be doing the same thing. If you check here, we've been struggling to break to the upside for 3 consecutive days, and yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer really that the market is going to be pushing to the downside from here, and of course that makes sense because the dollar is pushing to the upside. But New Zealand dollar USD, let's just switch off to the 4 hours. I will be looking to take some sells here again, something like this is the first level that I'll be concerned with. So as long as I can break even before I get there, and then I'll be more than happy to take this trade. Let's just pull up the tool here. It is more than 1-1, so I will be taking that trade probably at the close of that candle. I'm just not sure if I'll be back to update you, but if we still have electricity, I will update you. What time is it now? 7:30. That's a 4-hour candle. I'm not really sure if I'll be able to update you guys, but depending on your strategy, maybe you can just put some sell stops here if you're from South Africa and you won't be having electricity by then. So just place your stop loss above structure, and you know, 1-1 there, but we can easily hit a 1-3 on this trade because that is our next critical zone. In fact, I do believe that the market is pushing to coming back to tap these lows here because we haven't tapped those in a while, but we will see how it goes. But yeah, that is my bias today, or the trades that I'm looking to trade. But otherwise, man, keep managing your risk properly. I'll definitely be back with an update probably after load shedding. But yeah, those are the trades that I'm looking to trade. Please make sure you leave the comments down below if you really like this type of videos, or if you are also on a journey of growing your small trading account. But otherwise, it's Afonso, and traders, welcome back to this live trading series. It is still Thursday, the 18th, and it is 1 minute to 1 o'clock. I'm just back with a quick update here. Electricity is back. If you're from South Africa, you will relate to that. But nonetheless, if you remember this morning, we were looking for the dollar to break at least around that level there to be shooting to the upside, and we did get a spike to the upside. Looks like we are going to reach that level there. Nobody knows, but nobody cares about that. What's important is that we did take some trades on Euro USD, GBP USD, and New Zealand dollar USD. So we're going to start with the Euro USD. We've already hit take profit here, and this thing is reacting to this level here. So I've already got my 1 to 2 there, so I'm happy with the Euro USD. But if you are still holding this trade, then I would suggest you move your stop loss, at least take some profits off the market before the market starts reversing to the upside, because it does look like the market is reacting to that level there. But that is the story with the Euro USD. Moving on to GBP USD, if my network can start working pretty quick. Okay, so we haven't hit and take profit on GBP USD, but we are deep in profits. The market is in a very critical zone there, so for that reason I am gonna move my stop loss to, okay, not break even per se. I'm just going to take off some profits around this level there. Let's just move on to smaller time frames and manage this trade. But if you are in this trade here, make sure you manage your trade. Always make sure you take some profits off the markets, because you know a reversal can happen anytime. But yeah, a reaction is expected on that level there where the market is approaching. So just move your stop loss, take off some profits on the GBP USD. But it is a good trade. We'll see what happens. I'll be back with an update before the trade closes. Let's go back to New Zealand dollar USD and see what's what there, because we did take a trade here as well. Yeah, we are in profits, but it looks like it's retracing as well. So for that reason I am going to move my stop loss to break even on New Zealand dollar USD. So the good news here is we've already hit take profit on Euro USD and taken some profits off on GBP USD. New Zealand dollar USD, we're just going to break even because there's not a safe place for us to place our stop loss, but nonetheless it is a risk-free trade. We're going to see what happens and I'll be back with an update, but otherwise keep managing your risk properly. Traders, good morning. It's a Friday today, the 19th, and it's the last day of our trading series, and I just want to walk you guys today's update to see if we can get any trade, and also to manage the trades that we've taken throughout the week. As you guys know, I start on my dollar index just to gauge the currencies to see the strength of the dollar today, and we did violate that level there. If you scroll left, that's the level that we were looking for yesterday, assuming that the market is going to react there. We didn't get any reaction. The market just smashed through that level, and currently we are around that level. Let's just zoom in closer to see what's happening. Now, the general idea of the market is that for every break, we do expect a retest before the market can start shooting to the upside. Now, we did get a break here, a bit of a retest, but what concerns me is that the market failed to then close above, because if the market is going to continue pushing to the upside, then we should continue seeing higher highs and higher lows. But it looks like the market is reacting to that level there. I am not sure if the market is coming back to this zone here or to this zone here, but I am not sure about the strength of the dollar today. And as you guys know, I do not trade the dollar, but it does tell me a lot about these other currencies here. Euro USD, if you guys remember, we took profit yesterday early in the morning. What a beautiful trade. I took a 1-2 here, as you can see. I do wish I did take a bit of more profits, but you know, there's no use bitching about it. Let's move on to GBP USD. GBP USD, the last time I gave you an update, we had moved our stop loss just to take a bit of profits off the market, and since then the market has been rallying to the downside. Now, since the dollar looks like it's reacting to that level, they're pushing to the downside, I am not keen to holding this trade or moving my stop loss in any way. I mean, I was targeting a 1-2-3 on this trade, and currently we got, how much is that? Let's just calculate that. We got 1 to 2.8. I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and close the GBP USD. So that is 1 in Euro USD and 1 win on GBP USD. Let's move on to New Zealand dollar USD, because that's a trade that we took. Now, the last time we spoke, I had moved in my stop loss to break even here, and I couldn't update you guys yesterday because there was no electricity. So I did move my stop loss to 62278 once the market is broken there. But if you didn't manage to do that, then just close the trades, man, before it kicks you out at break even, because at this point you should be at break even. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. It's still early today, but
looking at the dollar, I'm not really sure if the strength is still going to continue, but it's still early in the day. I'm going to update you guys, but that is the trades for the week and today. So I am not taking any trades today, just managing my trades. I've already closed Euro USD yesterday, so today I'm going to close the GBP USD and the New Zealand dollar USD. I got kicked out at a bit of profits there, but if you didn't manage your stop loss, then just get out of the trade. And yeah, we're gonna calculate at the end of the day how much we made, or how many trades we took and how many trades we lost for the week. But otherwise, keep managing your risk properly.